right, now it's time for us to make a facial rejuvenating mask, and we're going to do that with the base of garbanzo flour. So for those of you who enjoy your hummus, you probably know what garbanzo flour is. It's nutritionally very, very high, but when applied topically, it adds a little more to it. So besides the protein and besides the fiber, you're now actually bringing in its ability to absorb the oil out of your skin, the excess oil out of your skin, and it also helps to tighten pores. Over and above that, it's really handy to get rid of facial hair, aka peach fuzz. So we'll begin with a tablespoon, a nice heaped tablespoon of the garbanzo flour. Here is the beautiful thing about this mask. You can use it on your face as well as your entire body, because it makes a good exfoliating scrub as well. And because the grittiness isn't too strong, it's gentle enough for your face, and it works just as well on your body. Typically what I like to do is apply it on my face, and as that's drying, I go ahead and I just massage it on my body, exfoliating the skin on my hands and legs and wherever else. Our next ingredient is going to be turmeric. Now, turmeric is a root which has been dried and ground to a powder, and it has a very strong yellow color. No, it's not going to stain your face as long as you don't go putting in a tablespoon of it. What's good about the turmeric is it's an anti-inflammatory, and it's also an antiseptic. So if you have skin that's prone to breakouts and inflammation, this is the way to go. So we'll take a 1/4 teaspoon of that and put it right in there. Next, we will add some yogurt to it, because yogurt, as you know, is filled with enzymes, and it has the ability to neutralize the skin. Also makes your skin very, very soft. So I'm going to take a spoonful of that. And now for the super special part is when we add our essential oils. So to this, we're going to add 2 drops of lavender. And as I had said earlier in the presentation, when we went through all the benefits of lavender, this is just phenomenal for the hair and skin. Now, let me make a mention of this. Now, this is not a chemistry lab. So we've said 2 drops in our little recipe, but if you put in 3, is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. It's okay to be playful. Become an artist in your beauty regimen. Next, I'm going to put in some tea tree. Again, it's fantastic if you're dealing with skin issues. And we'll do 2 drops of that. This is smelling so good. I'm already feeling super relaxed. And my all-time favorite, frankincense. Frankincense helps in tightening the pores, or rather shrinking the pores, tightening the skin, and it's just fabulous all over. I'm going to go ahead and mix this to see how much water I need. Just a little bit, not too much. If you could just smell this, it's just divine. Very good. I think I got it to the right consistency. Now, did you know, just a fun fact, in India, we have an entire ceremony based around turmeric for the bride. It's a paste that's made with turmeric and oil, and it's put all over the bride, and then she keeps it on till it dries and washes it off, and that's what's supposed to bring the beautiful bridal glow. So just a little story there. Okay, this is perfect consistency, and now you can choose to use a brush if you like. You know, just any paintbrush that you can pick up at an arts and crafts store works quite fine, or you can just use your fingertips, which is what I like to do. So just take a little bit, and we'll pretend this is my face, and you just rub it in just like that, with a lot of love, of course. Love is the key ingredient in all of these. So just about that thick, and then you perhaps light a candle, listen to some music, let it dry. When it's dry, you can choose to actually convert it to an exfoliant. And the way you would do that is just dip your fingers in some water and just rub that off. Pulls all the dry skin off, leaving your skin feeling super duper soft.
Next, we will make a face mask for healthy looking skin to bring that life back into it. And for this, we're going to use a tablespoon of yogurt, 1 Nature's Sunshine probiotic capsule, 1 Nature's Sunshine activated charcoal capsule, 1 teaspoon apple cider vinegar, 3 drops of tea tree oil, 3 drops of lavender oil. And let's take a peek at the demonstration for our healthy looking skin face mask.
We'll begin with a tablespoon of yogurt. And if you think you want to bring it down to your neck or shoulders, just add a little more. And next we will put in a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Remember how we talked about the antiseptic properties of turmeric? We'll bring that back in here. I have a capsule of activated charcoal in there. I've just put it in. And we will now go ahead and take a probiotic. Now, why are we doing the charcoal and the probiotic? It's because of the enzymes that they bring in and their ability to draw out the impurities, and that's what we're trying to do with this mask, is we always want to clean inside out, roots first, right? We can mask it, but it'll come back again tomorrow. But if we take care of it from the grassroots levels, and then it does not have a chance to come back again. So we're going to try and draw out as much impurity as we can, detoxify the skin so that it can breathe and get to its beautiful supple self again. I'm going to open up a capsule of the probiotic in this. And we're going to do a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. The reason we're doing apple cider vinegar is, as you know, it has the ability to balance the pH. So it takes care of the acidic nature of the skin or the internals. So you kind of start clearing that out. Okay, let us move the yogurt and take a spoonful of this. Looks a bit much right there. And just go ahead and mix it. Yes, the color is slightly scary. Don't be afraid, it'll wash off. It'll wash off with all the junk that's been piling up in that dermal layer. And now it's time to add the powerhouses to this recipe, which is going to be 3 drops of lavender essential oil, and 3 drops of the tea tree. So that's going to allow for a good balance of all properties to clean out your skin. Now, not very beautiful to look at, not the greatest to smell, but once it's done and you've rinsed it off, you will love how your skin feels. And do this as often as you need to till your skin has cleared out completely. And there you go. So that's the consistency I have on it. Just go ahead and apply it all around like you would a face mask. Like I said, if you feel the need to go down your throat, go for it. It's even great to have it on the back of your palms. It really cleans that skin out. And then you look beautiful all over. And that was our breakout mask.
And used for our final mask, and this one is for skin tightening. This one has 2 tablespoons of green clay or Fuller's Earth, or you can use any clay that you choose, 1 teaspoon honey, 5 drops of geranium essential oil, water to make a paste consistency, and then we'll apply it evenly on the face. You'll see as we get through the demo. So let's tune in for our skin tightening face mask demonstration.
All right, anyone in for skin tightening? That's what our next mask is going to be about. we're going to go ahead and take, now this one can be done with any clay that you like. Today I'm using bentonite clay, which is a volcanic clay, and when mixed with water it actually swells up like a sponge, and that's when it pulls out all the impurities from your skin. You can also use Fuller's Earth if you're looking for a little bleaching effect, so the choice is yours. We'll go ahead and start with a spoonful of the green clay or bentonite clay. Add a little bit of honey. Now honey is very, very moisturizing for the skin. So if you're dealing with dry skin, another good tip is just to take some honey. Let's say you're having strawberries for breakfast and you have the little top that you cut off left. Dip that into the honey and just rub it on your skin. You're actually bringing in the live enzymes from the fruit. So it's very cool. You can do the same. Eat your banana, take the peel, dip it in an essential oil if you like, rub it on your skin. There's so many different ways of utilizing these essential oils with just the leftover fruits that you have at home. All right, this is a very, very simple recipe. We're going to go ahead and now put in a couple drops of geranium. And like I said, geranium is like the Spanx of the essential oil world. It actually goes in and tightens the skin up because it supports your circulatory system. So I'm going to have a couple drops of geranium, and I absolutely love the smell of this oil. 3. Just wonderful. And we'll put in a few drops of the frankincense. Again, we want the pores to shrink, the skin to tighten, and that's exactly what the frankincense does. And I'll take a little water to mix this in. You could also mix this with apple cider vinegar if you like, or milk if you like, but for today we'll use water. And remember how I talked about getting playful in your beauty regimen? Maybe you've made some fresh juice. You could put some fresh juice in because you'll get the live enzymes in there. Plus, if you're using a citrus fruit, you'll also have the skin lightening effect, so it helps with the pigmentation too. And this one's slightly harder to mix, and it's best to use your fingers when you need to. Don't be afraid. It's okay to get dirty. We are playing with clay. Stress relief time. Mix away. Perfect. And I've got it to the right consistency. And again, I'll just demonstrate this on my palm. Just go in. And just rub it in like that. Make a nice thick little layer. It needs a little more mixing, but I'm going to go ahead and mix it on my hand over here. And then you let it dry and wash it off and watch your skin tighten.
Okay, it's time to explore some hair recipes. The first one we're going to talk about today is a little recipe that's for thick, lustrous looking hair. And this calls for 4 tablespoons of olive oil. You can also substitute this with castor oil or coconut oil. 5 drops of rosemary essential oil and 5 drops of lavender essential oil. Let's take a look at the demonstration for thick, lustrous looking hair.
All right, so now we're going to work on using Nature's Sunshine authentic essential oils to have thick, lustrous hair. Anyone up for that? Well, folks, we're going to have some fun because I have a model that I'd like to demonstrate this on. So work with me here. We'll begin with olive oil. Now, the reason I'm choosing olive oil is because it's just easier to wash off. So how would you pick an oil that is right for your hair type? If you have hair that's very thick, you're okay using olive oil. But if you have very fine hair and you're looking to thicken it up and moisturize it, especially if it's dry. You want to use coconut oil because that's super duper moisturizing, and castor oil if you're actually looking to grow hair. Now, castor oil would have been ideal for my model today, but we'll just work with olive oil. So I'm going to take about 4 tablespoons of this and add to it 5 drops of lavender and 5 drops of rosemary. And that's because rosemary actually goes in and stimulates the follicles of the hair, allowing for your new hair to come out really stronger, and also helps with hair growth. So rosemary is fantastic if you're looking for a recipe for good, thick, silky hair. All right, now it's time. Lawrence, please would you be my model today?
I will be your model.
Well, thank you so much. We are going to now use our lustrous thick hair recipe for Lawrence, and let's see what happens. I'm going to use my fingers to mix it up. I'm going to pour a lot of love in there. Remember, every recipe needs to have a good dose of love in there. And then, wherever there is hair, we will part it like that, and we will massage the oil in. Now, if you warm this oil up, it's even better because then it allows for it to go in deeper. And you would just keep parting it and applying it. You didn't know what you were getting into now, did you? But you are going to be very grateful to me because I'm going to make you feel really good right now.
Great.
And then take your fingertips, rub the oil together, and then just massage in gentle circular motion. How does that feel, Lawrence?
Feels great.
Right. It feels
absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic. There you go. Even if you don't feel it, you need to say it.
I am saying it. It does. It feels very good.
And you just keep massaging it, and then you go into the sides and the back. And then if you really like the person, you can give them a little neck rub and a little ear massaging, and wait and see what happens. As you can see, the results are fantastic.
Wasn't Lawrence such a sport there? Well, our next one is for moisturizing the hair and really helps with dry hair too. This one needs the yolk of 1 egg, 1 teaspoon honey, 1 teaspoon olive oil, and 5 drops of lavender essential oil. Let's look at the hair moisturizer demonstration now.
All right, folks, it's time to get in that recipe for dry hair or split ends. And this is where you stop judging me, because you will be actually looking at my baking skills, which are not always the greatest. We'll begin with the yolk of 1 egg. That's because we want to bring in the proteins. And I told you, no judging. This isn't boiled, I promise. Ta-da! There you go. I hope my mom's not going to watch this. Say, what did I teach you, child? Off you go. Now, actually, not off you go. Do you know what you can do with the white of the egg? Is you can actually have it all over your skin because it has an immense tightening effect. So it makes a great face mask just by itself. So when you eat eggs on Sunday morning, you can just take the shell, scoop out whatever is in the shell, and just massage it into your face. Leave it to dry. Your omelet's done. Rinse your face. Enjoy your omelet. Okay, next we get into a little bit of olive oil, about a teaspoonful. And we'll have about 5 drops of lavender oil. 4, 5. We did very well there. Very good. And then you just beat it up. Now when you make this little mixture, you want to start working with the ends and work your way up. Okay, there you go. So now you have a nice consistency right there. And you take it with your fingertips and you start massaging from the bottom and work your way up. And then you can actually use this brush to part the hair and put it on your scalp if you want to as well. Let it dry and then shampoo and condition as normal and watch your hair lose all its dryness and back into its soft silkiness. Enjoy this one.
Woohoo! It's time for scrubs. The first one that we're going to make is called the Sensual Sugar Scrub. And this has 1 1/4 cup sugar, 2/3 cups of coconut oil, 10 drops each of bergamot or orange and lavender essential oil. And let's take a look at the demonstration that shows us how to make our sensual sugar scrub.
We're now going to begin with a sensual sugar scrub. And this is a very, very simple recipe. It's absolutely okay to make this, fill it in a glass jar and leave it and use it once a week, a couple times a week, depending on the type of skin you have. It's a fantastic exfoliator. And along with the sugar that I have today, I'm also going to go ahead and use coconut oil. And coconut oil is really great for people that have especially dry skin or that live in the dry weather. So I'm going to pour some of that in, like so. Very good. And I really like to get playful when I'm making scrubs. So if in the garden I have roses growing at that time of the year, I'll actually throw in some roses. It not only looks pretty, it smells good. And then most importantly, I love to infuse an intention into everything I make. So for example, perhaps I would like to make this as a Christmas present for my friend. So as I'm making it, I will infuse it with so much love and so much beauty that every time she uses it, she thoroughly feels that emotion. And it's really fun because you will have people tell you that, oh, every time I use that, I feel so good. And then I go, I know, I infused it. So lots of love again going in there. And now that we have it at a pretty good consistency, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple drops of bergamot oil, and we're doing this because citrus oils are fantastic at moving the lymph. Now here is what I'd like to caution you about citrus oils, because they're photosensitive. If you're going to go hit the beach tomorrow or go to a sunning bed or something like that, please do not use citrus oils the day before. Your skin will start to pigment. But if you're not, it's a fantastic oil to put in your scrubs or in any of your beauty regimens. It's also very uplifting to the spirit. It really puts you in a good mood because it's so refreshing. I wish you could smell it. Back to the lavender. Lavender in everything. Lavender and frankincense are my two to-go oils for anything that I do around beauty, be it hair, skin, nails, it doesn't matter. So a couple drops of this. And can you switch these oils around? Absolutely. If you like the smell of patchouli, throw in some patchouli. If you like rose, throw in some rose. It doesn't matter. Mix it. And now think about this in a little glass jar, smelling as wonderful as it does, infused with perhaps some rose petals in it. It's such a fantastic gift. Wrap it with a little taffeta bow and voila, you're done. So how do you use these now? Quite simple. Again, you just take a little bit and just massage it into the skin gently. And as you do this, it'll start to exfoliate the skin. We can perhaps see if we can show you a before and after or a left and right. How about that? Okay. Time to show your skin some love, some attention. How often do you take the time to say, thank you, Thank you for doing everything you do for me. Thank you for keeping my skeleton in place so I'm not rattling bones all over. The effects of gratitude on beauty are immense. There's actually a meditation I really love to do where you go in and you thank every part of your body, every organ, every cell, every tissue, every system. And it's so beautiful because your body does listen. So I encourage you to do that if you have a moment. Voila, very good. I'm going to go ahead and rinse this off, and then we'll see left and right.
Next, we will take a look at our silky salt scrub. And just know that you can always alternate whatever you like better. If you like salts better, make your scrubs with salts. If you like sugar better, that's all right too. Work with what your skin likes the best. In this recipe, we are going to use a 1/4 cup magnesium flakes ground up, 3/4 of a cup Epsom salt, 1/4 to a 1/2 cup coconut oil, and 10 drops of lavender essential oil. Let's take a look at the salt scrub demonstration.
So earlier we made a sugar scrub, and now it's time to make a salt scrub. Now, is it all right for you to change out the recipe with putting sugar in this and salt in the other one? Absolutely. Go with what feels good for you and for your skin. I'm going to go ahead, and I have some salt over here. You can use Epsom salt, you can use magnesium flakes ground up, or sea salt, whichever you like best. And this time I'm using olive oil instead of coconut oil. Okay, very good. That's such a pretty yellow color. There you go. Now to this I'm going to add 5 drops of ylang-ylang oil. And I love ylang-ylang because even though it's so uplifting to the mood, it's also very, very grounding. It's the flower of flowers. Becoming fully present to the experience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or a couple more. Doesn't matter. It's all good for your skin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Very good. And we'll go ahead and mix that. There you go. Now, personally, I like the consistency to be like this, where it's not too oily and too runny. But if this is too coarse for you, by all means, add a little more oil. But for me, this is just perfect. Now, I'm very tempted to actually have a taste of this. And you know I can, because everything we've used today is edible. My philosophy on beauty products is if you can eat it, wear it. So, here's just some salt scrub. Enjoy.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed those. And now we'll just dig a little deeper with clays and the different types of clays that there are. Now, the first one is bentonite clay, which is a volcanic clay and is really rich in magnesium. Its main feature is its ability to draw out impurities. And I really, really like the effect of this, not just on my face, but even when I've applied it on my stomach or anywhere else that I feel I have a little skin irritation or inflammation. Love it. The next is red clay, which is very high in minerals and iron, and it has regenerative and replenishing properties. So if that's what you're looking for, you probably want to choose red clay. Green clay, which is quite easily available everywhere nowadays, is very, very high in minerals, and clearly it's great for skin. And then Fuller's Earth. Now this one is also very, very powerful in drawing out skin impurities, and it also has a bleaching effect on skin. So if you're looking to lighten the skin, this is a good one to pick. Time for spritzers. Our first one is a soothing and uplifting skin spritzer, and this is going to call for 4 ounces of spring water, or if you have a larger bottle, that's fine too, you just add more water, and 10 drops each of lavender and geranium oil. And the next we'll make a relaxing room spritzer, and this one again is spring water, and you can add 15 drops of any essential oil that you like. We've talked about using lavender here, but we've chosen to go citrus as we did our demonstration. So feel free to play with these oils. The whole idea around this is to get very playful. Just enjoy these oils, try them out in different combinations, and see what resonates with you. You may just find a super favorite recipe that you personally like. So let's take a look at the demonstrations on making the spritzers now.
Okay, it's time for some spritzers now, and not the kind you cheer to, the kind that you actually wear on. We're going to make one that's extremely uplifting and tightening for the skin. Can you take a guess of what oils we might be using? Yeah, Spanx again. It's time for some geranium, and we're going to add some lavender for the soothing, calming effects that lavender has on the skin. In this bottle, I have filled up a little bit of spring water, and this is a very difficult recipe, so please pay close attention. To the water, we will add, let's do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of geranium. Smells delightful. Just makes me want to go and run around in a garden. And 5 drops of lavender. And then we close it, succuss it or mix it. Now here's another trick. Every time I do this, I affirm with each tap, I am beautiful, I am lovely, I am gorgeous. You put in, infuse in it, whatever intention you want. So get playful with it again. And then this is amazing to keep in your purse. When you're really sweaty and you're hot and you want that little fresh spritz, you just go like I am right now. Or at night, leave it by your bedside and you can actually spritz before you go to sleep. It is very versatile, easy to carry, easy to make. And our next one is going to be one for our room, so we can sleep well and make the air fresh really good, so we feel good every time we're in that room. Again, I'm going to fill it with a little bit of spring water. And we will use lemon to freshen the room up. About 5 drops. And perhaps we'll make this a citrus blend, and so we'll use a little bit of grapefruit in it as well. It's very uplifting to the mood, very refreshing. It has a very clean fragrance. Close, mix. Now, I love to leave this in my car and spray it every now and then, and it smells so good. Are you feeling uplifted already? Because I am.
Well, last but not least is bats. Now, obviously, we didn't have a tub to show you how to do this, but we'll share the recipe with you. And I love to call this a blissful bath because it truly feels that way once you're in it. It just softens your skin and has such a relaxing feel to it. In this recipe, we use half a cup of honey. We use 3 cups of milk, 5 tablespoons of almond oil, and 10 drops each of ylang-ylang and lavender. Now remember, you can switch around these oils however you like. For the sake of this demonstration or opportunity of sharing, we've used ylang ylang and lavender. But you go with whatever is your favorite.